well today as the Mets are all over them right now, 6-0. We also got the Yankees and the Cleveland Guardians. I want to say Indians so bad as our next guest, former Cleveland Indian Tom Candiotti joins us now. Tom, how hard is it for you to say, just to not mess up and say Indians instead of Guardians, especially for a team that you played for?
Well, I was an Indian. See, I never was a Guardian. So it's kind of funny you say that. Last year, I actually did about, maybe like 10, 15 games for the Guardians. Mm-hmm. And it was the hardest thing the first couple days to train to say Guardians all the time, And I'm doing a game with Tom Hamilton, and Hammy he goes, "It's all right because you played for the Indians." But so anything before whatever date that was, they're Indians is fine. So, it is very difficult, especially all the garb that I have all says Indians, all the old shirts I have and stuff. So it's kind of funny.
So, Tom, I was with a lot of Ohio people this weekend in Oregon for the Buckeye game, Ducks, and everyone's really excited about Cleveland. We were watching it while, we're at the game, going to the game and stuff. And the sad part is it's the Yankees next, and the Yankees have had their number for more than a decade. What's going to happen this time around with Jose Ramirez and company? Do they have enough power here to get by the Bronx Bombers?
Well, I think it's kind of fun. The contrast between these two teams is so different, right? I mean, the Yankees are doing it with just power. I mean, you got a star-studded lineup. I mean, all the way through. I mean, they just have so much firepower in that lineup. Where when you look at the Guardians, they really don't. They have Kwan who gets on base. He's going to steal. He's going to hit behind guys. They're really good at small ball. You have your superstar in Jose Ramirez. But, after that, you really don't. I mean, Naylor is like every once in a while, he's going to pop one. He's going to live on your number 4 and 5, 4, 5, and 6 starters. He's not as accomplished a hitter maybe as Jose Ramirez is. So the good thing about Jose is that, he handles breaking balls well. He handles high fastballs well, which is a good matchup, I think, for, when he does face Rodon, because that's how Rodon likes to throw guys. He likes that 4-seamer up in the zone, and then he'll throw the little changeup and little, breaking ball and stuff. But he lives on that high 4-seamer. So I think Jose will be able to handle that. It's about the other guys around him, I think. And also the bullpens. You get in the postseason, it's all about the bullpens. And gosh, how do you start if you're the Dodgers? Why? You're basically starting an opener. The Diamondbacks went through that last year in the World Series when you're starting Joe Manaply, and you're going, how is this happening right now? This is the World Series. We're having an opener going right now. So it's very strange how the bullpens have really taken over probably the last 5 innings of games now.
Simon, I want to back up just to hear on that with the Yankees. When people are successful against these sultans of SWAT, if you will, I mean, that lineup, like you mentioned, it's power throughout. What is the success pitching to those guys? I mean, of all guys, Aaron Judge, he's really struggling. Thank God Giancarlo Stanton, he's coming alive. But with Soto and I go through the entire lineup, what is having success against them with your pitching staff and your bullpen?
Well, those guys there are obviously, just phenomenal players and hitters and crazy power and stuff. But one of the things the Yankees do, and you'll have to look this up because I don't have it in front of me, is look at how much they walk. And that's the scary thing. When you get that combination of power with, the ability to be able to take pitches and not chase pitches out of the strike zone, they get a lot of walks. And so they're not afraid to pass the baton. And that's where they could do some damage. Soto has a really good eye at the plate. Of course, you throw in the strike zone, he's going to do some damage. But, he's not afraid to take his walks either. And so I think when you have that combination, what that does to a pitcher is that, okay, I got to throw strikes to these guys. And, I'm not going to, just lay one over the middle because, they're going to hurt you. So you have to be really good with your command, I think, to be successful against those guys. Because you start throwing those those balls in the no zone, they're gonna end up in the ozone. They're gonna go a long way with those guys. So you got to stay. You got to be a good corner pitcher against the Yankees.
Tom Candiotti is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Tom, take me back to pitching here, because you said something just a few moments ago that kind of struck a nerve with me. And that is right now the way pitchers are handled and how you saw the Dodgers use the bullpen by committee. You saw last year what you just referenced, the DBacks use the bullpen by committee. How the hell does that happen? Do you have an explanation for that in how pitchers are now managed?
Yeah, I mean, it starts with the front office. They're building up, the back of the pen as they've realized that it's more important to win the last 4 innings of the game than maybe it is the first 4 innings of the game. But that's what the Dodgers have done. Now, they got a great outing from Flaherty last night. I mean, he was phenomenal. I love watching the way that guy pitches. He's got feel, he's got touch, he's got a good breaking ball, he's got enough juice, to keep guys off his stuff. He just pitches. And you don't see a lot of guys like that anymore. You see guys coming out and just, okay, what do I got in the tank? Here it goes. Let me throw it as hard as I can, and let me look at the radar reading. But when you have a guy like Flaherty that he could, he doesn't care about what the velo meter says. He's worried about putting that ball in the inside corner, the outside corner, wherever the glove is, that's what he's going to pick. And it's fun watching those guys. And unfortunately, in the game of baseball, these guys down in AA and AAA and single A, they're not getting groomed that way. They have pitch counts. They can't push themselves as individuals and as competitors. They can't push themselves past the limit, to see what they got. I mean, how many times have we seen managers, whether it's Torrey or whether it's Dave Roberts or whoever it is, Aaron Boone, they're going to see, oops, there's 94 pitches, get somebody up. Can't get to 100. It's just incredible. But that's just kind of the nature of the game right now. And unfortunately, I don't really like it. It sounds like you don't really like it. But, they don't like guys, the base hitters, more than 3 times. And it's just kind of the way it is right now.
And, Tom, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about this Dodgers staff, talking about their staff becoming the 3rd team in Major League playoff history to have 3 consecutive shutouts in the postseason and then go 33 scoreless innings to tie that up until today. But talk about how difficult that's got to be in the postseason.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, you look at the Diamondbacks run last year, and why were they able to do what they did? And it was the bullpen. The bullpen was so good. When they failed, it was the bullpen that failed. So you kind of do or die with your bullpen. You scratch out as many runs as you can get. Hopefully you can pop a few long balls. But you've got to play good defense and scratch out runs. If the bullpen's good, you're going to win games. And that's how the DBacks did it last year. That's how you just saw the Dodgers really command the Padres. They have the Padres have a very good lineup, but the Dodgers, their bullpen, they outpitched them. The last couple games, they outpitched those guys and down to the pen, and that was really the key.
Tim, appreciate it always, buddy. Thanks for making some time with us. We'd love to catch up with you later into the series here, as it's down to 4 now, and it should be fun. But I'm rooting for your Guardians or your Indians, that's for sure.
I know. The Gideons, right?
Absolutely. Tom, thanks for the time, Tom. Appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
Tom Candiotti joining us here. D-backs color analyst, played for many teams in the big leagues, many teams. You can do that when you throw a knuckleball, right? It saves your arm. But appreciate him taking some time to join us. We need a challenger to take on Tim Hovick from Santan Ford. He's one of the owners here at Trophy Bar. He's going to join us next. We'll talk about the ASU win. He got kind of lost on the field after the game on Friday night, so we'll talk to him about that, get his thoughts on the Cardinals and his prediction. But we need a challenger for tonight's game between the Jets and the Bills. We'll take caller number 5 at 602-260-9191, 260-9191. You're playing for a Trophy Bar gift card here, and we encourage you to come on out and join us for tonight's game. It's Rock and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
Join Rock and Manuch with Jimmy B live Monday, October 21st from 1 to 4 at DraftKings TPC in Scottsdale. They're also hosting a big game between LA and Arizona. Win a big screen TV and other great prizes. That's October 21st at